Have I ever met an Odyssey actor? I have. Not in person, but I know Katie Lee very well. I've actually done some design work for her. I'm going to design her upcoming book, hopefully. Obviously, I know Phil Lawler very well. I recorded with him for Iliad House. He's so great. I love him. One time, Katie Lee was talking to me on Facebook, and she invited me on Skype she was in the studio. And so I got to Skype with her in the studio, and there were a bunch of people there. I think Kimmy was there, Andre was there, Jesse, some of the directors, some of the producers were there. I can't remember exactly who, but it was fun. I was just sitting on her iPad. I was just watching them watch videos of me, and they were chatting about it. It was so fun. And then they went in to record, so I put my microphone on mute. She brought me in on the iPad, and I was watching them record, which was so cool. It was such a neat experience. I mean, people would pay for that, and I didn't have to. I just got to sit there, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So I know Katie pretty well. I haven't talked to her in a while, but she is such a sweetheart. And then Phil Lawler, also such a sweetheart. They're such nice people. Again, meeting them in person would be absolutely terrifying to me, but I don't know. I feel like I would probably be okay with them once I got over the incredible at first. That's the way I feel when I meet people. Okay, moving on. Braden Terpstra? I'm sorry, I'm butchering names. What software/equipment do you use? Also, how do you make such amazing split screen effects? And then can I make a tutorial on how to do them? I can, and I've been meaning to do that for literally years, that I've been wanting to show you guys how to do this. I found a screen recorder that works, but what was the problem with it? It was either creating huge files, or my old computer couldn't handle it, something like that. I will try to do a tutorial at some point. I use Sony Vegas. It makes it really, really easy. They have this cookie cutter effect, so it just cuts something in half kind of thing, and you can move the line, and then so whatever's over here is fine, whatever over here is fine, and you just blend the line until it doesn't look like there's a line anywhere. Unfortunately, with these cameras, my one complaint is that it changes color. So I will record one scene, move over, and because I'm over here, the lighting is different, and I cannot match the two. It seems like I will struggle with the lighting and trying to get them to match up in editing, and you'll still be able to see the line half the time. But it is amazing what you can do with editing. I mean, I'm no pro, and I can still make it look pretty cool, which is great. So yeah, I will really, really try to make a tutorial for you guys this year. I will try. Caitlin W. asks, what is your all-time favorite Odyssey episode and why? I think I've answered that. Probably. I'll go with the Imagination Station. But also Back to Bethlehem. Anything that was biblical. I love biblical stuff. And Back to Bethlehem has this really special place in my heart. I love all of it. And then the story of, like, seeing kind of the behind the scenes of the story that we know so well is so cool. Same with the Imagination Station. So those are probably my two favorites, and they're so good. And what is the first episode of Odyssey you remember listening to? Okay. Do you guys remember the Case of the Secret Room? Because I do, and it terrified me. I don't know how old I was, but this was another one of those things where we got the cassettes for my sister's birthday. We were on holidays. I sat in my room and listening to it. I sat in my room listening to it, and I was so scared. When they found that skeleton in the closet, and then there was that creepy music, and the name Spencer Barfield still, like, makes me, like, shudder inside. I'm 26 and I'm still traumatized by this episode, but that's, like, the first one that I remember listening to, and it being, like, this massive impact of, this is terrifying. I listened to it on a sunny day. Not at night, a sunny day. I was still traumatized. I've listened to it probably 10 years ago again, and it still scared me. I still don't ever want to listen to it again. I should face my fears and do a scene from that. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh. But that's probably what I remember most traumatizing. Criminy Chicken Channel had 3 questions, 2 of which I've already answered. And then he said, would you ever think about collaborating with someone who has less than 1/10 your subscription count? The cute thing about this is that my subscription count is pitiful compared to, like, really popular YouTubers, which is fine, because I mean, I have a very niche genre. If anyone hasn't listened to Odyssey, they couldn't care less about my videos, so that's fine. Subscriber count doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter what yours is, it doesn't matter what mine is. I mean, when I hit 1,000, that'd be cool, but I mean, that's nothing, right? But it's awesome. So yeah, if I wanted to collaborate with someone, I would do it just if I liked them. It wouldn't have anything to do with subscriber count. That's fine. okay, this one I'm not sure. Thini or Theini, not sure. She literally just stumbled on my videos, which is awesome. And she's so glad she did. That's fun. So you always just do scenes from certain episodes, and if so, why? And would you consider filming a full episode? Okay. The full episode comment or question has been haunting me for years. I don't ever see how I could, because almost every episode has something in it that I couldn't film either as one person or in the locations that I have. And I don't have a lot of locations. I have one small house, which I've already exhausted my resources. I have filmed in almost every corner of this house. And, oh, that's a lie, but I have filmed in every possible corner of this house. And I don't do green screen well. I don't know how to do really cool backgrounds and whatever. So there's very, very few episodes that I can actually do all of. And, I mean, if you guys ever find one that's before album 50, let me know, but I feel like it would be so difficult. There's one person, Ian, you know who you are. He's always asking me if I can do a full episode, and I can't. I don't ever see how I could. If I ever find one, I will try, but there's always something or one character that I can't do, so it doesn't seem very likely right now, but who knows? Maybe magic will happen. The best I can do is doing, like, the available scenes that I can do and making a series about that. Like, Hear Me wasn't a full episode, but it was kind of like it because it did a whole story arc, kind of. So that worked. And doing things like that, like Joey's life clock, that kind of thing. That I will do, but a whole episode, I don't see how I ever could. And then do I always do scenes from certain episodes? Yeah, I do. I don't do a lot. I just listen and it's like, ooh, I like the emotion in this scene. I like where this is. I can do this, and I'll memorize it. Usually I already have it like 90% memorized, but there's always like 2 words that I'll mess up because I have that memorized instead of the truth. And then Rachel Kays asks, do you have any long-term goals with filming / working in the film industry? No, not really. I don't really, it sounds so sad, but I don't have long-term goals. I just don't. I can't imagine like going to Hollywood and actually doing something. In my heart, yes, I would love to be on a film set, but I don't actually see me doing it. At least not alone. I'd go with like 10 really good friends. We could all go in there and I would just sit in the middle and no one would know I was there. Just be a fly on the wall. No, I don't really. I like acting, but it's not something I want to do as a career. I'm very happy doing my graphic design work and videos every now and then. But no, I don't think so. It'd be cool if I ever had the opportunity. Actually, I did have the opportunity once. Marshall Younger, I'm not sure if I can tell this story, but I'm going to. Marshall Younger, I can't speak. Marshall Younger emailed me or messaged me many, many years ago, and he said he really enjoyed my acting, and he had a script that they were turning into a movie, and he asked if I'd like to audition for it, which was terrifying and so amazing, like so flattering. And he thought I was great, but it kept being delayed, thank goodness. And at one point, finally, I was like, okay, I think I'm getting too old for this role, and I also don't really want to act anymore. And so, thank God I didn't go and do that. But I did have the opportunity, and if I had really pursued it, I think I could have moved to Hollywood and done Christian movies and stuff. But I didn't. I'm still here at the same address, and I'm happy here. So that was an amazing opportunity, and it showed me how much YouTube can change someone's life. Like, that was just this minuscule thing in terms of, like, you know, Justin Bieber, who goes on to be a billionaire, but it was still this massive opportunity for me, and it was so cool, but so terrifying. I lived in constant fear of him being like, okay, you're cast, come to Hollywood. Like, I can't do that. So thank goodness that didn't happen, but still incredibly flattering. Like, that was an ego boost kind of thing. I'm moving over to Facebook now because we're done comments on YouTube. And it's only been 12 hours. It's fine. Oh my goodness, it's almost been an hour. Oh, I'm terrible at this. If I ever do have a YouTube channel where I just talk, can you imagine the length? I'll try to have a script. I did try to have a script. It didn't work. Jenna Graffunder. Dear, I don't know how to say your last name. I'm sorry, but I love you. She asks, what is your favorite classic author in either American / Canadian or European literature? I don't know. I like the movie, Anne of Green Gables, the originals. They were so charming, and Megan Follows was incredible. It's one of those movies you could just watch like once a year, and even though it's gotten old, it's still just as charming. It's so sweet. I've been holding my tea for like 10 minutes and I haven't drunk. That's better. Yeah, I don't like. I know I'm supposed to say like Jane Austen or something. I've never read a Jane Austen book. I have watched Pride and Prejudice. Yep, that's it. I don't think I've watched any others. So I am very uncultured. I am an uncultured swine, but it is what it is. All right. Oh, last names. I'm so sorry if I have butchered or will butcher yours. Kim Giorgos? How do you choose what episode clips you film? I kind of briefly mentioned that before. I'll be listening to an episode and it's like, ooh, that takes place in a place where I can do that. It's like an office. I can make an office. And there's characters that I can do. It's not wit. And it's dialogue that's not too hard. I can do this, and I'll start writing it down and then I'll film it. That's pretty much all that goes into it. It's location comes first, and then characters if I can film them or not. But location is my hardest thing. I once had a dream that someone bought me this giant warehouse, and I walked in and I'm like, I can film everything here. It was the greatest moment of my dream life. But it didn't happen, so I still have to film in my little house. And we'll see how things go. I'm going to try to make, a Solomon Palace in my tiny house. I don't know how this is going to go, but that's the magic of filmmaking. You can film in one corner and no one would know as long as there's different backgrounds and stuff. So I try to make it work, but location really is the most difficult thing. Who are the characters you dislike or find the most difficult to act out? I remember having temper tantrums about Tasha, but that was just because her lines were so difficult. I don't really have anyone that is like, oh, I'm never gonna act them again. No, I don't think I hate any characters that I've filmed. A lot of bad experiences, but nothing that's made me not want to ever film them again, because different scenes are different dialogue, and that'll help. Nathaniel Iddings, who? That's not the answer. That's not the question. I need a nap. It's 1 o'clock and I need a nap. Okay. You are only able to have 3 books to read in your lifetime. Which 2 would you pick? And what is it about each one that would motivate you to choose them? See, everyone's asking you about books. I've never told you that I like reading. Although I do graphic design in books, which is ironic because I don't read books, but I still work with books all the time. Anyway, book number 1, book number 2, and then probably this new Greek translated New Testament, or just my whole Bible. Yeah. I'm so boring. I'm an old person who doesn't read. Okay, Ian Chai. Ian, this is Mr. Full Episode Guy. Would you be willing to try to film a whole episode? No. Maybe. You know what? If I ever can, I will try to. But it just seems so impossible to me. We'll see. Plus, it is a lot of effort and a lot of work that goes into something that when I upload it, people are like, cool, will you film blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, could you just appreciate what I just put like 16 hours into? That's one of the hardest things about doing YouTube is, and I'm guilty of it too, I will watch something and be like, cool, and I'll move on. And I'm like, no, I should go back and comment what I liked about it, because I want people to like things about it. I want them to see the details that I put in or how much work went into it. And so doing a whole episode, that would be 20 some minutes long. That means it would take probably, I don't even know how many hours, because I do like 6 takes per character, per scene. So it would be a lot of work. And then all that editing, the rendering time, and uploading it, and people would be like, cool, that was fun. Do it again. And that's really hard. I heavily rely on feedback. Like, as a creative person, I think anyone who's creative knows this. If you do something, you want people to tell you that it's good. You want people to tell you details of what's good. Like, if you write something, you want someone to be like, ooh, I loved this line. It's so good. And you're like, I know. I like that line too. And that's how any creative person feels. That's how I feel. I want people to love it, but I want them to tell me why they love it. And that sounds like really selfish, but it's the way we are. We want people to like what we do and be specific about it. And so just one thumbs up, thanks, that doesn't mean anything. So this is you don't have to do this for me, but in the future, if you're watching something and you know a lot of work went into it, tell the producer, tell the person who did the work that it was awesome, and you loved this, and you loved that, and there was a lot of work on that, obviously, and that was well done. Be very generous with compliments and feedback, because we kind of like rely on it. We love feedback. So, all that to say, a whole episode would be a ton of work, and it just wouldn't be worthwhile unless it was something that I really, really wanted to do myself, and something that I was, you know, was fulfilling to me on a personal level somehow. We'll see. I'm not writing it off, but I'm just going to say it would be a lot and probably not worth it. Okay, Solomon and Sina asks, if you were only allowed to listen to one Odyssey episode for the rest of your life, which would it be? Did I write this down? Thanks. I didn't. If it has to be just one episode and not like 2 or 3 that are from the same, it's funny because at night I listen to the same 4 episodes. I have it in a little Odyssey playlist, sleep playlist, and so I'll just pick one of the 4, and then generally I don't even finish it. I just pause it and put it off because I go to sleep. But I know them, but let me just double check. 1 second. I have Wrapped Around Your Finger, Broken Window, No Bones About It, and Snow Day. That's my sleep playlist. I've been listening to these episodes for 2 years, I think, every night. That's what I do. I have such a high tolerance for repetition. Wrapped Around Your Finger is so entertaining. Nothing big happens, but it's very entertaining. That actually, I'm just thinking that would probably be one episode that I probably could film, because yeah, there's no hugs. No, there is. See, Katrina kisses Eugene, and I can't do that. But that would be the only thing that I would have to. I could just cut away from that. But that would probably be one that I could actually film all of, because nothing big happens. But that one's a very enjoyable episode. No Bones About It is so funny. Snow Day is so entertaining. Could never film that one. And Broken Window is so good. Broken Window, I was considering filming all the court scenes, because I feel like that could happen. But I know that's already on YouTube, and it's like, we'll let them have it. So, I couldn't really pick one episode to listen to for the rest of my life. I don't think any of us could. That's mean. Thanks for your question, though. I'd probably honestly just pick, like, I wouldn't pick an episode. I would just listen to music. Come here. Come on. Stop fighting. Bella's back. Look who's back. Okay. Last question. We did it in only 4 hours. That's a lie. Also from Solomon, which episode do you just never enjoy listening to? A Prisoner for Christ. Listen, I didn't hear this episode originally. I heard it on when I was like grabbing old episodes that I had, and this one was on the selection of them. And like the first second Nicholas runs in, I'm like, okay, is this guy's voice a joke? And I think he had a medical condition or something that explained his voice. But even still, that voice grated on me in the same way Penny's does. And the way he said Onesimus, however he said it, was like, it might be a good episode, but I'm not enjoying it. And that is one I will not listen to willingly. But also, The Case at the Secret Room falls into that category. Oh my goodness, it's a terrible episode. I mean, really good, creepy, well done episode, but terrifying. I mean, that terrified child me, clearly it still has me traumatized. Anyways, can you believe it? We're done. Only an hour later, put my laptop to sleep now. We're done. Fabulous. This was fun, guys. I've enjoyed just sitting here talking to you. I'm not sure you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, but hopefully your questions were answered satisfactorily. High school dropout. Anyways, all right, let's end it there. I have yammered to you guys for so long, and I'm sorry, but it's fun, and it's been so long since I've talked to you guys, and this is enjoyable. So, thanks for sitting and listening. If you are still listening, I feel like I should give you something, but I don't have anything to give you. So, I'll just go and edit this beast of a video and enjoy my last few minutes or hours of being alone today. Thank you guys for sending in your questions. This really was fun. I hope it was half as fun for you guys. I hope you all have an awesome day. Mine has turned out really well already, and I hope your year is great, guys. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later.